Hey everybody, welcome back to Math. It's Mr. Cognetti from Citizenship Academy. And today we're going to continue with shapes, and we're going to be looking at a couple different shapes and looking at the attributes of what makes it that shape, meaning the characteristics or what parts of that shape make that shape different from other shapes, okay? So we're going to be looking at rhombuses, rectangles, trapezoids, hexagons, and a couple different shapes. And again, looking at why those shapes are different from all the other ones, okay? So, we're going to be using my slideshow today. Let me get that page up and ready. And we're going to be starting with a triangle. So we worked with triangles a little bit yesterday. We're going to go through a couple slides. It shouldn't take too long just to introduce a couple different shapes. And the first one is a triangle. And it says a triangle is a closed shape with three straight sides. So remember, a closed shape is if we ourselves were inside of this shape, would we be able to get out of it? Every single line here is connected to another line at some point. There's no opening to this shape, meaning that this is a closed shape. All right, we have two lines, 1, 2, coming together to make a corner here. Then we have a corner here where two lines are also coming together and meeting. And then these two lines are coming together down here to meet at this corner. So we have three corners, 1, 2, and 3 for a triangle, because tri means 3. And we have three straight sides. Notice none of these sides are bending or curving like we would see in a circle. We have three straight sides. So this is a triangle. Remember that one, okay? Then we have a hexagon. A hexagon is a closed shape with 6 straight sides. In the beginning of the word hexagon, this part hex means 6. So that means a shape with 6 sides. Let's count these sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 sides. It is a closed shape just like the triangle. So if we were inside here, we would not be able to get out. There's no opening in this shape. We also have 6 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And remember, a corner is when two lines come together and meet at a point. That's what makes it a corner. So a hexagon, hex means 6, a hexagon has 6 straight sides. These sides are also not curved, just like the triangle. Okay? That is a hexagon. Say that out loud. Hexagon. All right, there. Our next shape is a rectangle. Say rectangle out loud. Rectangle. Okay? A rectangle is a square or is a closed shape with 4 straight sides and 4 square corners. All right. So we have our 4 straight sides. 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 sides. There's our 4 sides. We have 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's interesting about this shape is it has 4 square corners. Notice that one line is going straight up and down. The next one is going straight left and right, okay? We don't have one going at an angle from corner to corner of the page. They're going straight left and right or straight up and down. And that's what makes a square corner. If you're looking at my screen, we have a square corner and one finger is going straight up and down, one's going straight left and right. If it was going diagonal, this wouldn't be a square corner. It'd be smaller than one. If we had one way like this, it would be bigger than a square corner. So square corners are, if we were to measure this angle, it would actually have 90 degrees, but we won't get into that now. But these are square corners because we have straight up and straight down, okay? Now a rectangle, if we notice, all these sides aren't all the same length. The top side right here and the bottom side right here are a lot longer than the two sides going up and down. So that's what a rectangle is, a 4-sided figure with 4 corners, and the sides don't have to be the same length. They can be the same length, but they don't have to be the same length, okay? Once again, this is a rectangle. Say rectangle one more time with me. Rectangle. Okay. Our next shape is a square. Okay, pay close attention because this gets confusing comparing a square and a rectangle. A square is a closed shape with 4 straight sides of the same length. and 4 square corners. So just like a rectangle has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like a rectangle has 4 square corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Remember these corners, we have a line going straight up and down, line going straight across, so that makes a square corner. Now, this looks just like a rectangle. This is also a rectangle. A rectangle can be a square, but a square isn't always a rectangle, because a square has to have all its sides the same length. Notice here we don't have the top and bottom side being longer than the two sides on the left and right. Where in the rectangle, if I can go back, give me a second, we have the top and bottom being a lot longer. But with a square, they're all the same length. Okay? So a square has 4 corners, 4 sides, and all the sides are the same length. All right? One more time, say it with me, that's a square. Square. Okay, let's move on. All right, now we have a rhombus. Say rhombus with me. Rhombus. Yeah, that's a funny word. A rhombus is a closed shape with 4 straight sides of the same length. Now, this picture right here kind of looks like a square just balancing on one corner. Well, it could be that. But if we're looking at our angles here, we have square angles here. We don't need to have square angles for a rhombus. All sides just need to be the same length. If you took these 2 corners on the side and pinched them in so they were closer, the top parts would get a little bit longer, and we wouldn't have the square angles or the square corners. But we would have all the sides being the same length. And that's what we need for a rhombus, okay? Some might call this even a diamond. But the mathematical term is a rhombus. So once again, it's a closed shape, meaning there's no openings in this shape anywhere. You couldn't get out if you were inside of it. And it has 4 straight sides of the same length. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. All right, this one is a trapezoid. Say that one with me. Ready? Trapezoid. Yeah, it's a funny one to say. A trapezoid has 4 straight sides and 4 corners. The sides are not all the same length like the square. Okay, so which sides do you think are different lengths on the trapezoid? Take a couple seconds, look at it, and see which sides, the top and bottom, left and right, which sides are not the same length? Okay, I'm going to say what sides I don't think are the same length. I think these 2 left and right sides look similar, but I know that this top one and this bottom one definitely aren't the same length. I can tell by looking at it with my eyes. I'm sure you can too. But if we were to measure from here to here, it's going to be a lot shorter than from here all the way over to here. Okay? So a trapezoid is different from a square because it doesn't have all the sides the same length. Now you might be thinking, oh, but a rectangle had 4 sides and didn't have all the sides the same length. But a rectangle, the top and bottom sides are the same length, and the left and right sides are the same length. The trapezoid isn't like that. Okay, none of the sides need to be the same length for a trapezoid. But we have 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And if you notice, these corners are not square corners. This one's coming at an angle, and this one's going directly left and right. So this is a big angle right here. It's bigger than a squared corner. Then we have this one coming in left and right, just like a square corner would, but this one isn't going straight up and down. It's going from the bottom left-hand corner up towards the middle of the page. So this is not a straight up and down line, meaning this corner is not a squared corner. And that's what makes this a trapezoid and not a square. Okay, so one more time, say trapezoid with me. Trapezoid. Very good, okay. Let's see what other shapes we have. We don't have any more, actually. Those are the shapes we're working on today. And I'm going to have an assessment where we're going to practice drawing some of those shapes, but I'll explain that in the assessment video. These were just the couple shapes we went over today. We went over trapezoid, rhombus, square, rectangle, hexagon, and a triangle. Okay? So those are the shapes we went over. We're going to keep working on them. So if you're not a master on those shapes right now, that's okay. That's expected. We're going to be working with them more. So great job. Exit out of this video and head over to the assessment video so I can tell you guys what you're going to be doing and sending me pictures of, okay? Great job. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.